Okay, so we're going to start with designs next, and you're going to need to have some coils that are ready that you can use. I've got a bunch that I went ahead and rolled out so I can show you how to do this really fast, and some tricks that you can use to help you go a little bit faster. And so the first thing, if I'm looking at the pot that I have here, I have these vertical and horizontal pieces, okay? And so instead of cutting these all like individually, which I would rather, there we go, where some people will want to like take a piece and like cut them all like this and then score and slip individual ones on. And then they'll realize they're not the same height, then they'll cut things off, and so it's just a huge mess. It just makes things really slow. First thing is a ruler is going to be helpful. And then if you score and slip things in multiples, okay, because it takes just as much time to score and slip one of these coils as it does to score and slip three, because I'm still making, right, the same motion. It's still going to take me about the same amount of time to do this. So I would score and slip these all together to make yourself quick, and then I would use that paintbrush and put the slip just right on top of those. The nice thing is you can just stack them. And they're already, at least two of them are all the way done. So I can take this, flip my scored place on top, score and slip this one, and then flip this one right on top of it. Okay, do you see how that would be faster? Okay, I put a little, my slip's a little runny. Okay, so I've got that together. My paintbrush would smooth any of this extra stuff out. Okay, so you wouldn't want to worry about that, but you do want to make sure your scoring and slipping marks are touching. Okay, so you can see how, okay, that looks good. That's blended, and I've erased all of that. And so now I can use my ruler, and I'll start with just a flat edge here, and I can cut these, okay, and make them all the same height. Okay, and however tall they are, if you want to flip them like a grid, then they have to be that wide. So I would be cutting just at 1 on all of these, so, or 1 inch increments, so 1, 2, 3, and so this would be, I would be able to take these and rotate them. Okay, and then the only places that I have to score and slip would be these together. Right, and so this makes this design so much faster. You could change this, okay? You could have like a longer section in here. Okay, so there's nothing saying that you couldn't do something with a design that looked like this. Okay, you could have more pieces that go upright, and you could make different types of patterns by changing them just in the direction that they go. Okay, so that's an option. The other thing that you can do is cut these in to like another shape. You could cut them into like a triangle instead of cutting them into just these like columns. So I could go through, cut them into pieces like this. See if I can get maybe one more. Okay, so I have pieces that are now triangularly shaped. Okay, and then if I scored and slipped them back together, they would look exactly the same, right? And so for me, what I'm trying to think about is, okay, how can I make this look different? I want to have triangles. I want them to be shaped like this. I could go ahead and have a coil go through these, right? And then you would be able to see that design a little bit better. Okay, and that would like actually pop out as opposed to putting them right next to each other. Okay, like that, where you wouldn't really see them. They look like they just had a line drawn on them. Okay, so that's something neat. And it's the same concept as making big coils, scoring and slipping them all at the same time and then stacking them together. Okay, that will make you really, really quick. Okay, next thing would be, I have people who want to make a braided coil. And I say, oh gosh, braided coils are a little bit more of a pain because you have to like score and slip everywhere that they touch. Okay, it's not impossible, but I can show you something that would be very similar that you could use just like this. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to put them together because I feel like this is a more productive use of my time. Okay, I can score and slip 2 of them instead of just scoring and slipping 1. Okay, so do things the quick way. Okay, so I have these scored and slipped. I'm going to go ahead and put slip on both of them because they're both there. It's just as easy. Okay, and then I can just flip and make sure that those marks are touching the other places that have the score marks on them. Okay, and then same thing, just a paintbrush, smooths all this out, erases everything that was there really fast, so use that. Okay, so I have both of these scored and slipped together, and so now I can take this and I can hold it and I can twist it. Okay, and everything's already scored and slipped together, and so this is really pretty simple. Okay, you can twist it, and you could twist it a bunch. Okay, like these. You could twist it and have it a little bit more loose and use something that looks like this. You could even cut these, and I've seen people use them like columns. Okay, like they stack them like this direction rather than having them go horizontally across the pot. Okay, so that's an option too on making pieces that are scored and slipped together. Okay, so I think that's pretty cool. Let's think about next one. How about we'll do spirals or like things that are kind of rolled up. So what you want to do if you want to make something consistent, like these pieces here, is you need to know what size they are. And so a ruler is really important. And so, oh gosh, I would make these all 3 inches long. Okay, and then I would be able to stack those and use those. Okay, so I've cut all of these at 3 inches. So I've cut at 3, 6, and 9. And I'm able to go ahead and put these, just like I had done before, right on top of each other and score and slip them all at the same time. Okay, so this is a really good and very helpful thing to do to speed up your project and to not make things so tedious. Okay, so I'll just go ahead, put slip on all of these, and then I'm going to be able to take each one and kind of curl this up. Okay, you're going to have to pull this really tight and then go ahead and give it something to stick to, which you won't need very much on this side. Okay, and then you can see that that makes the spiral, and you can even use this to smooth things out. Okay, so all of these would look exactly the same because I started with the same size of clay. Okay, and then I would just pick whichever side looks the best and face that one outside. Okay, and then the inside part of it would get blended so you won't even see it. Okay, so you can see how all of those would work. If your coils are splitting like this, then your clay is dry. Okay, and you would need to, you could cut all these pieces and get them ready and then just mist it with the spray bottle and let it absorb. Okay, so I'm going to do this last one. Okay, so you can see how those look, and you can arrange these different ways. I mean, you could put them all this direction, you could put them back and forth. Okay, you can make a different pattern with them. It's kind of up to you. So I'm going to set those aside. The next thing that you could do would be something like these top pieces. Okay, and you need to, again, go ahead and fold them in half. I'm going to try a different size, so I'm going to do 2-inch ones. 2, 4, 6, and so then I can go ahead and stack these on top and score and slip. Oops. Okay, the nice thing about this is I don't have to do anything to the other side. I can just fold these in half. Okay, so I can just fold them right on top. They might give you a little like split on the top, but you can like blend over. Usually that's just the surface. And then again, pick which side looks better. That side definitely, this one looks better than this one. Okay, so, and just be real slow with how you score and slip because that doesn't leave many marks there. Okay, and then push it back together. Okay, so now I have these pieces that have been folded in half, and again, you can arrange them in different patterns to create different looks. You could even put them sideways like this and put them all the way around. So that's another option that's out there. The other thing you could do would be like half circles. Again, I would still measure this, so I'm going to do like maybe a piece that's like 6 inches long. And go ahead and score and slip this. Okay, so put some slip on here. This one will take a little bit more where you're going to have to be really slow with how you roll this up to begin. And then you're going to need to score and slip this part as you go. Like give it something to stick to. Oops. Okay, so I have a piece or a spiral that looks like this. Again, I think one side always looks better than the other, so I would pick that. So you could use a little bit larger of a section, but you could also use this to cut these in half and make like half circles. You could stack them in different ways, make different shapes, and you could even cut them again and turn them into like quarters, okay, or a quarter size, or you cut the circle into quarters. Okay, lots of different options out there that you could do. Remember that everything needs to be scored and slipped, no matter what it is that's touching. And then if you are getting things that are splitting, make sure that you spray, and then pick the best side, because that is the side that you are going to see, and the one that's going to go on the inside you don't have to worry about.